Welcome to the MailleWerX Chainmail Livestream. My name is Sean. I run MailleWerX.com. I have crap all over my glasses. And you can find all your chainmail themed apparel and accessories at MailleWerX.com, or where you can find. All right. I need a lint roller. I don't want this. We need this aside. Get a pile of rings going here. Alright. How's everyone tonight? What's going on in your world? It's been interesting throwing stuff around. Let's get the overhead camera going. Hey Barb, how you doing? A little zoomy zoom. Yeah, that should work. Okay. Got some pliers. I'm doing alright. Was able to get my foam for the background up and staying in place. So I'm very happy about that because I was very concerned that I wouldn't be able to. What do you call them? The 3M, the double-sided 3M tape that said that it didn't take paint off walls, takes paint off walls. And it takes the paper. And it was basically just a destructive process that I didn't mean to get into. But once I realized the 3M wasn't going to stick to the foam and hold it in place, I used all the super glue, and I went to Lowe's and buy a little more, and just put a little bit of super glue on each of the 3M tape pieces, and I got the foam to stick, and I'm happy with it, right? I don't mind destroying the wall because I want to redo the basement anyway. Parts of it. There is a laundry room and a furnace / hot water space, I guess, that needs to be moved. Because it's in the exact middle of the basement, and I'm of the opinion that that was a stupid place to put it. The dryer, if you've never heard my dryer escapades, there is, right above my head is where the dryer is vented out of the house, right? The dryer itself is, 20 feet that way, 20 feet straight behind me. And so the venting comes out the back of the dryer, goes up into the ceiling, around a corner, and out the house above my head, right? So it's a really stupid place to put a dryer. It's too far away from the outer wall. The dryer is not powerful enough to get all of the crap out. The dryer venting is just too long, period. So I'd like to tear out the wall behind me and put the dryer essentially where I'm sitting, right? If I can do that, then I can open up this space behind me and have a bigger area in the basement, a larger open space, if you will. One day. It's one of those things where it's on my list of things that I would like to do, but will probably never be able to. But I don't like to talk like that. It's on my list of things I want to get done. I'm just going to have to figure out a way to do it. And then the furnace and the hot water heater, they're right next to the washer and dryer on the other side of the wall, and just blocks up all this usable space down here. So I understand why they did it when the builders built the home, because it's cheap to place it in the center, I guess, is my understanding. I don't build homes, so I don't know. But, yeah. Got a couple things that are going to cost some money for this house, and redoing the basement is one of them. And then adding a deck. We have a deck, but it needs to be torn out and rebuilt. So, and with my current employment situation, none of this is going to happen anytime soon. But that may change. I've got a couple tricks up my sleeve. I'm going to start working on writing up a business plan. Looking to get a small business loan. That's one of the things I'm going to do. And then, of course, I have my Chainmail and MailleWerX.com and streaming, so a lot of stuff in the works. I remember last time we worked on this for like an hour straight and only made it 3/4 away around the edge of this coif. That's how Chainmail is, slow going. I was down here. I finished up that skull bracelet last night, and I talked with the person who wanted it for their friend's birthday and let them know it was ready to go. Pretty happy about that. What kind of small business? That is top secret right now. In addition to the one I already have. That's very hush-hush at the moment. I shouldn't vague stream. You know, when people have what do you call it? When people have, when they post something like, oh my god, I just can't anymore, you know? And they don't explain anything, and everybody wants to know what's going on. Now I'm really curious. No, I shouldn't vague book. Let me work on it a little bit more, and I'll figure out if I'm going to talk about it on stream. Just something that's been in the back of my mind that I'd like to move forward with somehow. But anyway, I did get some mail today. Back in the day, I used to take fencing lessons. I'm not any good at fencing. But the shop I was learning how to fence at, and it was pretty informal, right? Listen, I'm sorry, Barb, I promise. I will satisfy your curiosity once I am able. What was I gonna say? So yeah, the shop that I was learning fencing at, it wasn't any type of formal fencing training. The guy that ran it wasn't trained in fencing. It was more, he had learned swordsmanship of a sort and was offering classes, and so, and then they had a bunch of knives, some chainmail, some armor, some medieval style clothing in there. It's long gone now, which is too bad. But they had this axe in there that I thought was really cool when I was younger. You know? Like, when I was younger, I wanted to become a blacksmith so that I could make swords. And that's what I wanted to start out making, and I wanted to be the greatest swordsmith in the whole world. But I had no idea what any of that entailed, or what I should do to get to that point. And then I joined the military, and all those plans went to crap. Right? One day, hopefully sooner rather than later. But they had this axe, and I bought it from them, and I couldn't take it with me when I joined the military because it's a double-headed axe. No matter how cheaply made, it wasn't something that we could keep in the barracks, really. So it's been sitting at my dad's house for the better part of 20 years. And when I had to go to Idaho, I was unable to locate that and a sword blade that I had left there that I was looking forward to getting back. And I was only at my dad's place for a few minutes because he was in the hospital. And we were just there minding the animals. And my brother and my sister stayed a while. My sister lives there. My brother was able to go and clean up my dad's place, and they found my axe and my sword blade, and they found like this old dart gun. It was like a blowgun / that shot darts, right? So I asked my brother to send it to me. He sent me the axe. He didn't send the sword blade or the dart gun because he said that they were just basically pieces of crap now. I guess the blade had rusted and it's kind of disappointing. I don't know if it could have been cleaned up or not, but whatever, I'm going to let it go. I've got the axe. So let me hook this ring and I will show you my axe. It's going to be I got to find a place to put it. It's a wall mount piece. It's nothing special, but you know, I got it 20 plus, almost 20 years ago. Alright. There we go. See? Isn't that cool? What 18 or 19-year-old idiot kid wouldn't want one of these? Right? Super badass. So this part's all pretty sturdy, the blades. This, not so much, right? I don't know if I can wiggle that out of there, but see that ring? Alright. So anyway, yeah. I have this to go along. It is indeed cool. Yeah, I think so, you know? It's like, it's just a stupid little toy that, you know, you can kill yourself with. So I was very happy to get that back. Alright, look at this foam. Right? It almost looks like a professional job right there. That looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Alright. What's going on here? Nothing, okay. Why is Twitch buffering? That's weird. Anyway. So, I figured that spike on the top is probably going to break off. I might make a sheath for the two blades, just so if my kid grabs it, he doesn't cut his damn toe off. Oh, man. Keep sixing these rings. Anyway. So it was nice to get that in. Like just this fun toy I bought as a kid. I'm not as big into, I would love to own a certain number of swords. I've seen a lot of, there's a lot of knife makers out there now. Now that like Forge and Fire has had several seasons, I just, you know, I see guys popping up making blades all over the place. And I've seen a number of knives that I would love to have, you know. And then I would love to have a rapier from, I think it's Toledo, Spain. It's the #1 rapier makers, artisans in the world. So, that'd be cool. And just, you know, have a cachet of... Is it cache or cachet? I don't know. I've always pronounced it cachet. Heard it pronounced cache and cache. Like a cache of weapons. C-A-C-H-E. I don't know how to pronounce it. But I would love to have a cache of medieval style weapons down here that are just for fun. More than what I already have. I have a dagger and a tomahawk and a peace pipe and like a railroad spike knife, which is pretty cool. Definitely needs, my basement needs more skulls and blades. It's got plenty of chainmail. Alright, this music is like weirding me out. I don't want to go through that again, so that song gets a thumbs down. This is better. Alright. Yeah, so how many days I got left? I got 12 days. 12 days of work left. I don't know if I'm going to go in on that last day. Right? Like, if they say terminated by the 28th, right? Like that, you don't go back into work that day, right? Huh. I'll have to ask them. I want to be really nice about leaving this company, despite what they're doing or what is going on, right? I understand that they're complying with the Center for Medicaid Medicare Services mandate, which I'd like to point out is not a law. But for funding, everybody's got to comply, and my company receives almost 100% Medicare Medicaid funding, right? So they can't get out of this in really any way. But there's no medical exemptions. As far as I understand it, there's no religious exemptions, so everyone not getting jabbed is being forced to leave, right? So my issue with that company is that Okay, you took all these measures to make sure that you were compliant. What did you do to push back against what's going on? You know, I know that they didn't do anything. They just rolled over and took it from the government. So, and that irritates me. That legitimately irritates me. What did you do to protect me? But, anyway. So, in the future, if any of this, once, hopefully this crap goes away, which if it doesn't, that's fine too. I wouldn't mind going back to work for them if I needed to. So I want good references too. I don't want to piss them off too bad. Now the HR department, I'd love to piss them off. I'm not going to say what I do until after I'm gone. I have a differing opinion of the HR department than I do of like my bosses and stuff. Talk about a group of people I'm not particularly fond of. Let me just say that nicely. Anyway. Oh wow, that is jacked up. Oh, and I want to point out that part of the reason why it took an hour to get 3/4 of the way around this coif is because you got to repair all the rings first before you can add it on. So, each ring's got to be adjusted because none of them came out right. I'm going to be honest. I'm looking at the pile of rings and the rings I have left in this can, and boy, oh boy. I don't know. I don't know. It's like, should I just, you know, go as far as I can and then turn it into a bag or what? Right? Like, that's how I kind of feel. I don't feel like ordering more rings, that's for sure. So. We'll see. We'll see how far we get. Like, if we're just a few rings shy, that's one thing. But if we're way shy, we will do something else. And honestly, I wish I had done that with this, right? This is what we started with. That ideally is gonna be added to the piece I'm working on now. I should have just taken that, slimmed it down a little bit, made a bag out of it, called it a day. No, but I wanted to make a coif. I have another coif project over there I could have made. Should have made, will make, you know. It's all out of aluminum, it's going to be for my kid. That'll be fun to work on because he has expressed interest in learning how to make chainmail before, but he doesn't quite have the coordination to do it yet. quite have the hand strength. His hands are, he has a difficult time writing, difficult time grasping pliers, you know, things like that. One day. He's really funny because right now he's trying to learn how to do a push-up, like an actual push-up. And he's almost there. But at first he was doing the belly flop kind of push-up. We got him out of doing that. And he's got a proper, almost a proper push-up position going on. So he's excelling. But we found out at his parent-teacher conferences that he likes to get up from his desk and go do push-ups in the back of the room, right? And he can only kind of do like, you know, 2 or 3. And then he'll get up and he'll walk over to you and look at my muscle, right? And he's like, and then he'll go in the bathroom and look at his muscle, or muscles. It's funny. He's a funny guy. Guess you can't see what I'm doing unless I turn that camera on. Let's see here. Oh, so I had to go buy more super glue from Lowe's. I had a brand new thing of super glue ready to go. Opened it up, and the thing, I've never noticed this with any other super glue before, but it had about half the amount I was expecting in it. The little, where, can I see him? No, I can't. Like the little thing of super glue is half empty. It's like, what in the world is going on? So I had to run to Lowe's and grab a larger bottle that I could visually see was full, because I no longer trust these small bottles of super glue. I think they're scamming me out of, you know, 1/8 of an ounce of super glue or whatever it is. So now I have enough super glue. I still got to put some foam behind the computer here. And so I have enough super glue in case the double-sided 3M tape doesn't work, but I also need really to look at a less destructive process for putting up this foam. You know, like when I take the 3M tape off, I really don't want it tearing the paint and the paper off of the sheetrock. So it would have been, what I should have done was get a piece of plywood, right? Spray adhesive that, and then just either set it up behind me or mount it on the wall behind me, right? That would have been, I can deal with, you know, some screw holes holding this piece of plywood up. That would have been much less destructive than getting all these 3M tape pieces off, you know. But you live and learn. I don't like putting holes in my walls because, well, I hesitate to put holes in my walls because I know that I'll have to go back and put some plaster in there and then paint over it, and none of my paint matches, and I hate painting. the engineered plastic rings that I used to make the killer whale inlay last year. 2019, maybe? That still hasn't been hung up. Got a number of art pieces. Oh! I had these large, they're like 24 inches wide by 3 feet long, large frames that I want to mount somewhere in the basement here. One's got a Boondock Saints poster in it, which is, I love that movie. And the other one just has this stupid poster with a bunch of quotes on it. And I want to get a poster of one of Frank Frazetta's artworks of the Death Dealer. Which, if you don't know who Frank Frazetta is, he is a sci-fi fantasy artist from the 50s and 60s. A lot of his artwork was used for like Conan the Barbarian. I may have this wrong. There was a movie that Disney, I think it was Disney did, that came out, like John Connor, Man on Mars? John something. And I'm pretty sure Frank Frazetta's artwork was used for the cover. The author was Edgar Rice Burroughs. Edgar Rice Burroughs wrote all these really short sci-fi fantasy romance novels that read, well, they read like a romance novel. I read a bunch of them, you know. There's a Conan portion, there's a Tarzan portion, there's, I think it's John Connor, Man on Mars, something like that. Anyway, so Frazetta's artwork is pretty prolific. Easy to identify his style. So I was thinking the other day, I should get rid of that poster with all the quotes on it and put a Frazetta poster in there with the Death Dealer on it. Just because the Death Dealer is a cool character. Cool looking character. Did he do Red Sonja too? Red Sonja, I don't know what that's from. But she's this warrior woman with a scale bikini top and scale bikini bottom. Sometimes it looks like chainmail. Most of the time it's scales, and she has red hair, and they call her Red Sonja. I forget. Or I don't know if I ever knew what she's from, and I don't know if she's from Frazetta, but she would be cool to have as a poster as well. Maybe I'll buy a third large frame. I don't want to take down the Boondock, or I don't want to change out the Boondock Saints poster. I watched that movie for the first time in Fort Polk, Louisiana. I thought it was great. Troy Duffy is the director, and he's apparently an asshole to work with, and so that's why I think it took like 10 or 15 years for the second movie to get made. All Saints Day. That one's okay. It's not as good as the first one, and one of the brothers, I forget his name, looked terrible in it. Not Norman Reedus, the other one. Okay. Sean something. So if you've never seen the movie, it's about these two Irish brothers in Boston that go around shooting up bad guys. Oh, that ring is no good. A lot of people die. It's not gory or anything. And it has some really funny moments in it. I highly recommend it. But like I said, Troy Duffy, the guy that wrote it, asshole to work with. He had a band, and I think his band did a bunch of the music for the show, if I remember correctly. Going off a lot of really old information here. Reaching way back 15 years to when I was even concerned about this stuff, or when I had last thought about it. But yeah. So maybe I'll do a third large poster. I don't know where I'd hang it though. Do one of Death Dealer, one of Red Sonja, and then have my Boondock Saints poster up. I don't know. One day. That's not going to happen anytime soon. And I'm not even sure if Red Sonja is a Frazetta character, if I'm being quite honest. Or if I'm just being honest. Is there a difference between being quite honest and being honest? I don't know. But yeah, the Edgar Rice Burroughs books, a lot of the cover art was done by Frank Frazetta, and then the, what do you call it? They read like trashy space romance novels, or trashy Tarzan romance novels. Hey John, how you doing? Okay, Red Sonja was created by writer Roy Thomas and artist Barry Windsor. Okay. See, I was pretty... It's a very... I want to say it's a very similar art style. But I've never... I don't think I've ever looked at Barry Windsor's work. Right? If you look at a Frazetta, you know who the artist is, right? It's like looking at a Warhol. It's like, you know whose it is, you know what the next, painting's gonna look like or whatever. And so maybe a bunch of people have just drawn Red Sonja that way, and that's why I'm confusing the two. I don't know. Or maybe that's why I thought it was Frazetta, rather. I'll have to dig into that. But one poster by Frazetta with the Death Dealer on it, that would be awesome. I know exactly where I'd hang it. Over the mismatched paint spot on my wall, right over there. All right. Got a lot of mismatched paint spots now, since I tried to make everything nice and pretty and it failed. She lives in the same fictional Hyborian age and has interacted with Conan in a few Marvel stories, but only enough to establish her to Conan fans before spinning her off into her own set of adventures. Alright. That seems in line with images I've seen. Okay. Jeez, these rings are so bad. Okay. What else did I read as a kid? I remember... In 6th grade, I started reading Redwall. Before that, I had really only ever read, like, the Hardy Boys and other random assorted books, right? But the Hardy Boys was what I remember really reading many of them, right, in a series. And they just came out with a TV show recently, last couple of years. I remember it being a little bit slow to start, but I didn't get a chance to go back to it. Anyway, then in the 6th grade, I stumbled across the Redwall series by Brian Jakes, which are great young adult books, great children's books. They're all about warrior mice. And then somewhere in between 6th grade and my junior year, my stepdad had a large collection of Edgar Rice Burroughs books. He had a number of books that I read, including the Wheel of Time series. And he had a number of movies that I never would have known about. So, a lot of what I've read and watched was influenced by him. Ender's Game is an amazing book. The movie is a meh. Isn't Ender's Game Orson Welles? I think I watched it with my brother-in-law and my niece. No, that was something about running. Anyway, not important. That was also a book she had, my niece had read and was very interested in, so she wanted to see the movie. Orson Scott Card. I got an Orson. Orson something. I don't think I've ever read it. Ender's Game. I don't think I've seen the movie. The kid's called Ender and Harrison Ford's in it, right? I have not seen that. The book is very dark, but not obviously dark. Is that like The Giver? Like, is it a young adult book, or is it just a sci-fi book? Because it's one of those that, when I was heavily reading as a young child, correct, much like The Giver? Yeah, okay. I did read that. Never read Ender's Game. And who's Orson Welles? Is it H.G. Wells and Orson Scott Card, and they wrote different books that have nothing to do with each other? Maybe, I don't know why I came up with Orson Welles. Computer, is Orson Welles... Oh, I don't have a computer, never mind. Because on a lot of loner, overly smart perspective, yeah. Okay. I can appreciate that. I'm not a loner, nor am I overly smart. But I do know some very smart people who have a difficult time making friends because they are so awkward socially. And then they know they're awkward and they try to make friends, and they feel like they've screwed up, you know, at some point, which is never the case, you know, but they don't know how to recover from it. Anyway, I will add that to my list of books to read. What I need to do, what I really, really need to do, I need an Audible account, and I need to load like 100 books into it. Then I need to take all the books off my nightstand, right? I'm not going to get to them. Okay? I spend enough time on my phone with my headphones in that I can listen to a book. That is what I can do. I can't afford to sit and read. I don't have that kind of time. So I need an Audible account. Because I will listen to stuff. I like listening to people talk over listening to music, so maybe that's what I'll do. I'll ask for Audible gift cards for my birthday. George Orson Welles. Radio, theater, and films could be among greatest, most influential filmmakers. George Wells, not Orson Welles, but George Orson Welles was someone, but not Orson Welles. Okay, so what did George Wells write that I would know? Is that War of the Worlds? It's been too long, and I am not as well read like there's a ton of books that have come out that I missed the whole Harry Potter era. I was in the military, like just starting in the military when I guess those became popular. And then I never read them. Something about joining the military and then college afterwards killed my drive to read. And then I started reading the Wheel of Time series again recently. And it was incredibly time consuming. So hold a book, flip a page, take up the use of my hands? Are you crazy? So I've got, anyway. Yeah. Still not read the book, seen the movies, but not your style. The magic is all wrong from your perspective of D&D and high magic and elves. So you have a preset bias towards what magic should be, and you don't like the Wheel of Time magic system? You have a PC to that part. My hands are weaving is right. Yeah, exactly. I think my most favorite magic system is Patrick Rothfuss's and his description of it in the Kingkiller Chronicles. Like there's David Eddings' The Will and the Word. There's The One Power with Robert Jordan. There's magic like the Dungeons and Dragons style magic. There's magic like the Harry Potter. No, oh, Harry Potter's World of Magic was off feeling. I see. Yeah. Wrong for D&D. So would your style of magic that you would be more accepting, like, I think it's R.A. Salvatore, who has a more, God bless, magic style similar to magic system, rather, similar to D&D. You get the system, but the way they use it is like, what? Why not use it? But you have magic, was my level with Harry Potter, sure. But they're student, I don't know. I'm not going to make an argument for or against Harry Potter. I enjoyed the movies. I didn't get into the hype. Renee is. So that's... I just buy her Harry Potter stuff anymore, really, for any event. You know whose magic system was really good? Right. God, what's his name? He wrote Magician's Apprentice and then Magician Master. R.L. Salvatore's your fave. From the Shadow was outstanding, kept magic grand but not overloaded. Yeah, never read it. I just had a friend who was very, very into it and told me all about it. So I assumed that that was more your style. Another book series that I should have read. They're kids, like in Witch Wardrobe series, he would have been pocketing magic items left and right. Yeah. Hour to get halfway around this. That's okay. Robinson? I'd have to go look at what the author's name is of Magician's Apprentice. But in there he's got two magic systems, like old magic and new magic. That's cool. I enjoyed it. So we are supposed to get some kind of severe weather out here coming soon to a podunk lakeside town. Oh, okay. In The Hobbit, right? Oh, excuse me. And, okay, you know when they go to Lake Town and it's just a shithole, right? It's kind of how Kenosha is. It's on a lake, and it's kind of a shithole. In different ways. But just thinking of, like, if I had to compare a city in a book or in a movie to Kenosha, it would be Lake Town. Politics are similar. right? Now, what made me think of that? Oh, the weather. Yeah, being next to the lake. Podunk Lake, lakeside town, right? I guess we're getting ice, rain, ice, then snow and sleet. Or rain, ice, sleet, then snow tomorrow. Should be interesting. The windshield wipers and all the vehicles are in the up position. So we're prepared. And then tomorrow I've got some furniture coming for my kid. Renee got him some new bedroom furniture. It's coming tomorrow. I mistakenly scheduled an appointment. Well, no. I had an appointment scheduled, and while we were looking at furniture, Renee set it up for a Thursday, and I unwittingly nodded and said, yeah, that'll be fine, right? And it would have been fine, but the time that they're coming to drop out the furniture is right at the same time I have to be down pretty much 2 hours away in Bedford tomorrow for a hearing test for my VA claims. So, and I've got to get that done. But I was able to reschedule that for the 5th. So now I'll be home all day tomorrow. Well, after I get done seeing patients, I'll be home. Before the delivery men get here, the big burly delivery men, you know? So once I get back from seeing patients, I'll go and I'll take all the furniture out of my kids' room, and then hopefully they'll throw that stuff up there. And he will have we made the mistake of getting him a twin mattress, like he has a twin, and then we bought more twin size mattresses. We should have got him a full, would have lasted us longer, but it is what it is. I figure I had like a hand-me-down bunk bed for years before I ever, branched out on my own and got my own furniture. Right. Oh. I want to see something. Right. Trying to the craft mat, right? It doesn't slide around too much, but it does slide around a little bit, right? So I want to put something underneath it, like some cork or some foam padding or something to back it so it doesn't slide around, right? Coif is looking good. Got some stuff done on there, a little bit, this edge. And thank you. Zoom out here a little bit. Zoom fast. All right. So I got to put something underneath the craft mat. I don't know what yet. I'll figure it out. I'll probably find something at like Joann's. That would be my best guess. All right. Or no. I don't know where to find something like that. Anyway. And then the arms support that I have. Let's see here. Can I show you that? Nope. Alright. So do you see this up here in the corner? See this right here? I'll just take it off. So I have this arm support, right? And it's like a made on TV arm support. And it's very helpful, right? But the padding's coming off. And where I super glued it down got very, I don't know, firm. Unworkable. What's going on here? And it started like flaking off onto the craft mat, right? So I think what I'm going to do is tear off these faux leather covers, scrape off all the foam padding, make some templates, and then put some like leather on there that it would still be a little bit of padding, and the issue is to protect my elbows from digging into the desktop. That's my big concern. You fell asleep and Facebook booted you off? That's okay. That's alright. Alright. So I want to do that to the armrests. Get the craft mat padded so it's not like sliding, and hopefully, ideally, wouldn't make as much noise. But other than that, I think, you know, like, I've got cameras, the sound foam, I have a couple more pieces I want to put up, and like this is it. This is the setup for everything that's coming next, right? Whatever that is. Hopefully interviews, and more chainmail, and some leather work, and yeah, we'll keep on keeping on, man. All right. Well, it's been an hour. I appreciate you all hanging out, for all your engagement and just chilling with me as we go through this, and all your likes, shares, and willingness to hang out with me. If you haven't read any Edgar Rice Burroughs, I heavily recommend that you do so. Trashy space novels should be a genre everyone can enjoy. Right? Go check out Frank Frazetta's Death Dealer. Most people have seen him. They'll know who he is. Right? And you guys all have a wonderful evening. Alright? I will talk to you all tomorrow.